they sent this to me. Haven't opened it yet. I wanted to do it on camera. All right, let's get into it. Hello everybody. Wanted to do a quick little video tonight. Got the nice rain in the background. Apologize if that's picking up on the sound. The rain's coming down and hitting my metal vent up there on the roof. Little story tonight. I entered the WD-40 contest this last summer. They encourage their customers or anybody to fix up an old item using their product and to document it. You enter to win. Grand prize was $5,000 for first prize. That would have been nice. Then I believe $2,500, some $500, $250 gift cards to like Home Depot and Lowe's. And then the sixth place, there was 13 possible winners. A Carhartt or WD-40 themed Carhartt tool bag, which, hey, that's pretty nice. You know, those ain't cheap and you definitely use those. And I won one. So I was one of 13, so that's kind of neat. I'll take it. That's wonderful. But the only issue that happened was after the contest results were officially announced, they email you and you don't have a lot of time to get back to them before they will move on to the next winner. So I didn't hear, or the day of the final entries for the contest came around, and I didn't hear from them. I was checking my email a whole bunch, but I didn't want to obsess over it. Several days went by. I figured, okay, they're kind of just taking their time with it, or there was a lot of entries and it's just going to run a little bit longer. That's fine. Well, weeks passed and I was kind of getting a little bothered and a little concerned, so I looked into how to contact them, and I found the community manager's email or whoever to contact the company. But WD-40 is a big company. I didn't really expect them to get back super quickly or anything. And I didn't expect them also to really care that much. You know, they didn't hear from me or something happened, so they moved on. And I don't mean care, I just mean like, it doesn't, they don't really benefit at all if I get my prize, you know. Or at that point I didn't even know I won. So fast forward about a week ago, I just randomly happened to check one of my Gmail account emails that I really never use, and I really don't know what happened. The email that they emailed me on, I didn't even give them, so I'm a little confused with the whole thing. I'm not blaming anything. It was just a weird mix-up. I think maybe they had got that email somehow. I mean, I'm not the most techie person. I don't understand. The email I gave them was my personal email that I've been using basically since high school. So I know I gave them that email. But anyway, so I see the email. It says, "Congratulations, you've won, you know, this prize, and we just need your address to ship it to you." It was back in August, so I think, okay, well, I'm toast. There's no way, but I figure I got nothing to lose, right? And I was pretty bummed. You know, that would have been really cool to get that. And I write them back. Nothing to lose. Here we go. I said, "I received your email. I know it's really late, but you know, this is my address." And in the email, it also stated that if they didn't hear from me from like 5 p.m. the next day or whatnot, at that time they would move on to the next person, you know, which is totally understandable. So here I show up months and months and months later. Yeah, hey, got your email. Love my prize. So I expected nothing from it. Well, I got an email back. Couldn't believe it. From a really nice lady. I won't mention her name, but it was actually pretty wonderful because I was kind of bothered about the whole situation, just because from my perspective I just wasn't hearing from them, and I emailed them like 5 or 6 times. I felt like a kind of a crazy person, but I was just really bothered. I kept saying, "Hey, when is the results of the contest?" Because I was I was checking it says check their social medias, I was checking their Instagram, I was Googling it all the time. I had that page, I just kept it open, just the results of the Fix It Contest 2025, and I would just refresh it all the time, and it kept saying it wasn't announced yet. Then they announced the first place winner, and now I realize that they only announce the first place winner. So I'll know for next year when I win first place. Okay, so fast forward. So she writes me and says, "Oh, and I'm shocked to hear from her. She says, "Oh, I was wondering what happened. You know, I never heard back from you." So she was like, "Oh, I was wondering what happened." And I explained to her that the email that she sent it to, I don't even use. I honestly didn't even have the password for it. And I wrote her back that I had been writing them a lot, and I screenshotted my other email with my attempts to write them. So she sends me an email back, and she says, "It sounds like your email just needed a little bit of WD-40. So I love the company again. That was absolutely awesome. Love the humor. Love that she, was understanding about that. She said, "Well, it definitely sounds like that was the case, and we'll go ahead and get this shipped out to you. I just need your address." So that's so nice, so awesome. They probably did move on and ship out the other 13 of these, but they sent me one as well. So that's really cool. And I have been a WD-40 customer since as long as I can remember. I love this stuff. So kind of glad this all worked out, because I love this stuff and I use it all the time, and I was kind of bugged staring at it, in the can. It's one of those weird things. I was like just bugged. So now I look at it and I like it again. I think that was super cool of them as a company to do. Like I said, they totally didn't need to, and they're not in any sponsorship of this video or anything. That would be awesome. So stay tuned for the future. I would be absolutely willing to work with them, and this tiny channel, they would love to. I should let them know I do have over 100 subscribers, so it's pretty big. Anyway, so I waited a few days, and this is what showed up. All right, cool. That is excellent. Nice black Carhartt bag, utility tote. Now, these Carhartt bags are not cheap. I really like that it has the custom WD-40 on there. I like it. It's a major award. I'm going to proudly display this as you would a trophy. Just remember, good things can happen. I mean, look at me. Keep picking, keep punching.